Welcome back to another Maxi Boost on commentary. I'm Lukewarm Holiday,
Now I'm Irissa.
and we're going to watch Banshee footage from the Koenji Cube channel. Player point of view is Minane, perfect dogfight champion, and link in the description. Banshee is a all-purpose suit.
Okay, so Banshee is like their unicorn in the sense that it has a base unicorn mode where it's reliant not necessarily it's reliant, but it has like a beam magnum that it has unlimited ammo on and can spam quite a lot of. And then it also has an NTD activation mode where it gets way more mobility, and like the extra mobility pushes it into like playing more aggressive and up close, especially because they both have very fast dash melees. Like as you just saw him use right there, he went straight into NTD and then like boosted straight up and abused the really high mobility and speed on the dash melee. But Banshee's NTD lasts significantly shorter than Unicorn's, but it also recharges faster. So this suit like has to rotate what it's doing a lot more as a result.
He made a bad read. He wanted the sub expecting the 7 sword to wire or melee or call and assist. Anything but main, and then main beats it. It's fighting 7 swords like a permanent mix-up. So he wasn't wrong, he just thought the 7 sword would go for a higher damage option. And he got wired. Or he got mained and then he got wired when he tried to defend himself with sub.
One thing I want to point out very early on, because this is a mistake a lot of Banshee players make that Minane is very on point with, is like you have to be very careful about watching your NTD bar and like back out when you're going to detransform, because detransforming can get you hit like really easily if you're in a bad battle or you're liable to get targeted. So this is one of the most important things with the suit, is to make sure that you back out whenever you start dropping below 30 or so. Really, you have to create space and be in a safe spot.
You also really want HP to leverage NTD mode, so if you start taking damage in normal mode, your effectiveness with this suit will fall off a cliff.
Yeah, I should probably talk a bit more about NTD mode. I didn't really get to talk about it that much, I'm sorry. But like in NTD mode, all of Banshee's core tools are the same, but basically everything is improved. Like Banshee in regular mode has a beam magnum main, and it has unlimited ammo, but because like other beam magnums, it suffered a bit of a nerf, so the muzzle correction isn't as strong. But as far as I'm aware, Banshee in NTD mode doesn't suffer from this kind of penalty. It's because it's always been treated not really as a true beam magnum. It's basically just better than a normal beam magnum, but it still does very high damage. So it's a high power main. It has both modes.
Yeah, it doesn't hold the suit back, but this is the worst beam magnum civ ever been for reference. The worst than Gundam Versus and full boost.
Yeah, the both modes have the boomerang sub, and NTD you get an extra chain of boomerangs, and they're bigger, so you can. And those obviously call out side movement excellently. So those are...
Do you have any comments about its AC in both forms? Because they just used it a ton.
That's a move that like I've still not really figured out like how to use very effectively as a Banshee player. Like the main thing I know how to use it with is like either defensively because it lingers. It's a shot. It's a lingering shot, and I also think you can also use it out of boomerangs to like as a cancel chain to kind of like cover the space down the boomerang in the middle.
It's like a decent correction shot that eats everything because it's active, eats all projectiles, and that property becomes important sometimes.
Yeah. Then the BC for normal mode is like just a tackle, but it knocks down one hit, so it's more useful than you think, because it's helpful for making sure you get down the knock.
It also cancels out of your main self-defense chain, so you can throw like boomerangs into BC, you can throw boomerang AC BC, I think. Is that correct, or just sub BC?
That's correct. No, you can do boomerang AC BC, yeah. Okay. BC cancels out of almost everything. But then in NTD mode, the BC becomes like a grab that can lead to a lot of damage, and you also have different modes. If you have different directions, she can float in the air or fly to the side before doing it. It's got a really big hitbox and very high priority as well. It's a very powerful mode.
If someone tries to take like a greedy landing, you might see a Banshee occasionally just throw boomerangs, throw AC, and then tackle. because they just want to make sure that they get the hit so they can run away, because they can't rely on their self-defense for prolonged fights. They need to get the hit, they need to get the knockdown, and then move away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They really don't want to be chased in regular mode.
I also feel bad for not putting this out before, but obviously you've seen that Banshee turns into NTD mode permanently at low life. When it gets to yellow health, it's going to transform into NTD and be like that until it dies. So that's one part of what made it like so good when it was
Holy
initially
crap,
added.
I hate this team. It's EXS Age 1. So they know how to spam BC with Age 1 for ridiculous boost efficiency.
It's not as good as G versus though, but yeah.
It's not, but it's still the same concept.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's part of what makes Banshee good is the when you respawn and you come back in Overcost, you actually don't have to deal with any normal mode like slowness or stiffness at all. You just come back in your improved mode, which is very helpful.
Yeah, almost a 3k in power when you're in NTD mode.
I wouldn't quite go that far, but yeah, like it's super fast. Oof. S-Burst, hard to avoid. E-Burst is also really great for this suit, I think, because it helps it get the most out of its unlimited NTD on its first life as well. So
yeah, well,
nice.
it gives you a big pop with your NTD at low life. It either lets you burst out of a combo, so you actually make sure you get a full use of your low HP, or if you pop it as a half burst and end up getting hit, it'll protect you from dying.
Yeah, or eating too much damage, yeah. Although, one thing about Banshee is that a lot of people will make the mistake of playing too aggressively with its NTD mode, and as a result, losing too much life. But this is really a suit you don't really want to front with, because when you're in normal mode, you don't really have the capacity to push on people very effectively. Like, people can kind of just ignore you. So it's and you have to like over push way too far to like actually have any presence or blow burst. So this is a suit that like, whilst it has some very easy to use tools in its powerful main, powerful boomerangs, you know, and it does a lot of damage, it's still got like a decent amount of finesse to it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try to like actually talk about what's going on in these matches a little bit more now. We've covered the basics of the suit. Okay,
All right,
so
Age effects plus something with a hop. Lupus? I think that's
it's
Lupus or
Lupus.
regular
It's
Barbatos.
Lupus.
Regular Barbatos.
So, Barbados, okay. Yeah, so backing out, staying at the tip of Redlock, activating NTD, moving in, fishing around, looking for punishes. Got one.
Trying to not get punished by Barbatos.
Poking with basic tools. Oh, my thing's going down. Let me just make sure I'm out of close range. Okay, stand still. That's also good to stand still when you know you're going to de-transform, so that you don't have to waste. Not that you don't waste boost, but you know you're not being shot at, so you can just be ready to instantly boost cancel out of stuff instead of accidentally de-transforming when you're trying to do something else or in the middle of a sequence. It's also good. It's important. Okay, we got waited until NTD's back up. We're gonna get ready to move in again. Looking for the landing punch for the snipe. Didn't get it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Poking around.
They were moving in and out pretty well versus the Age effects, but now that it's in blast mode, it's much harder to get.
Yeah.
Pick up landing
Needs to
punishes.
back out. Okay. That was a little late on moving back out, but like it was still good. It was fine. Not a criticism. It's just like you saw that he got stalled in the air as a result. But like, it's not always possible to have the optimal, distance. So yeah. Okay, Barbados is bursting and moving in. Barbados is now overcosting. It's okay for HFX doesn't really mind that, so now he's just gonna keep running away. They're trying to push on with double. Whoa, he got out of those boomerang. That's crazy. That suit's so fast. It's crazy.
I just like how much this person has to respect Age effects. Like, I can't get caught up in trying to push damage on it. Oh, wow. You dropped target on Age effects for a split second. This Barbatos is bleeding, though.
Yeah, I think he's going in a bit too hard, but we'll see. Well,
it's that panic thing with front, because you're too worried about being ignored, and then you end up taking a hit.
Yep.
The second hit they took was fine, but it's like, just like that, you're already in kill range again.
Yeah, Banshee, Minane understands right now that he just has to preserve his life and just focus on being careful. Because he absolutely cannot overcost. If he overcosted, then the situation would have gotten very bad. And
yeah, even before shooting, he input like 3 steps.
Yeah.
After blocking, because he just didn't want to take a hit.
Yeah. It's actually pretty funny
his partner
how
was right there, so he only needed to avoid taking damage, and he would eventually get bailed out.
Oh, yeah. Boomerangs are just so good at like stopping people who aren't like very explicitly calling out your boomerang. Like you cannot really like mindlessly aggress towards the suit. Nice. He burst a little too late to get out of that one. It happens to all of us. You want to burst just when you land.
I think what happened was he just reacted too late that Banshee was in his vector, so he couldn't take that landing. Because if Age Effects in burst mode is moving side to side, like almost everything will whiff on punishing its landings. You not only have to get a good landing punish timing, you have to be in their vector to ever hit Age Effects while landing.
Or poking at tip of red lock with main. It's actually okay to fire in green lock with suits like this, where you have like an unlimited ammo, fairly high damage main. If you're staying safe, like sometimes those random shots do hit. Like it's better. Sometimes it's better than like overly exposing yourself. So that was very close that he got the knockdown right before his thing ran out. That's another situation that can also be slightly dangerous. But yeah. Anyway.
Also, occasionally people don't know if you're in red lock or not, and sometimes might just have to assume it.
Either that, or if they move forward aggressively, then your rhythm catches them out. So yeah.
I think a good thing to comment on is that GPO3 just mashed block in between the Beam Magnum Zunda and managed to block between the first and second shots, right? Your down value gets preserved if you block a shot. So if you get hit afterwards, I don't know if the timer resets or carries over, but if you block in the middle of a combo and they finish it with something else, it's still going to be prorated. So you don't have to worry about eating like a full melee confirm if you block something after being hit.
That was actually a use of its CSA there. You don't see that too much anymore because it now has unlimited ammo in... CSA in normal mode. Obviously, CSA in NTD mode is actually quite good now. I mean, it was always quite decent, but it's even better now. But in CSA in normal mode, you don't see too much mostly because you don't want to unnecessarily vernier with this thing in this mode. It's a little bit clunky. It's a little bit slow. It's not slow, but it's a little bit slow. It's a little bit below average. Okay, chasing this GPO3's landing. He bursted. Okay, that was little bit. I think he was expecting a retaliation under that extend burst, but.
Yeah,
he was. He tried to do like some fancy slide movement with the slide BC, but nothing happened, so he just bursted and pushed.
Well, like if he moved towards him, he could have just let the BC rip to get closer, and then just step and do whatever.
And he had extend burst ready to flip out.
Yeah, he was ready to burst as well. I think you're right in saying that he expected him to turn around because the moment he bursted, he just took a landing and kept chasing. It's very important when chasing to make the call. Do I run myself to overheat? Probably not. Do I take one boost and then land and then try to do a full sequence? Probably.
Ooh, slightly sloppy, but that's okay. We got it. We got there. Yeah, it's part of the advantage of its. One of the other good things of its BC is that it drags them down to the ground. So in overheat situations, you get to get onto the ground easier. They're also not that trivial to cut. Also, I'm impressed. He's like pushing really hard in normal mode right now. I don't know if this is testament to like turn X being a little bit meh, or if turn X is just like not expecting it. But yeah,
I think he's bullying the player more than the suit.
Yeah, this is a pretty bully game. It feels like. Oh, he's gonna get caught by that one, and you're down.
Yep. Wait, this one actually is Lupus, isn't it? No, it's regular. I'm watching on low quality right now.
Oh, beautiful! Beautiful!
Nice.
Getting a knockdown on one and then instantly transitioning into one on the other. Those are the plays you live to see. Oh dear. I think
I like how you didn't even see the shot come out of the cannon, it was just instantly in Banshee's face. Barbados main is so good. I love it.
Oof. Yeah. When it comes to like Banshee's like offensive game, like I kind of said it before, but like you have like a pseudo 50-50 going on to an extent in terms of that if you can boost that you can like boost dash melee at people, or you can throw boomerangs, and like if they're not on angle, then this is pretty difficult to deal with because like if you just boost dash melee at them and they have to vernier to call it out, it's so fast that depending on when you do it, they might not get it out in time. If they step, they get caught. They can get caught by rangs. So like I would say that's its like basic like mix up.
I like
game.
that because it's Nightingale and GPO3. They're almost exclusively spamming in Greenlock. Because there's just it's just not safe to be in Redlock versus this team. Good pickup. Got left alone with GPO3. Forced the damage.
Yeah.
And left.
Ranks are really big and like easy to hit with, but like it is important to like have like a better idea of like how to hit with them than just like throwing them at close range and hoping they're gonna hit, because eventually people will just start doing things like blocking or whatever, and they're not gonna hit, and you're gonna be like, So yeah.
Oh, they got very nervous when that Nightingale came close, but the Nightingale didn't actually ever pay attention to him.
Oh, yeah, like, I actually... Ooh, that could have been actually really bad if the GPO3 had pushed a little bit hard. Oh my gosh, holding that boost for a really long time.
Yeah, because, if GPO3 kept spamming, they have to.
Yeah.
And if the GPO3 spammed, they could have gotten, like, 6 bullets out.
Yeah. It's cheaper than doing another boost dash, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At the time. Okay, I need to back out now. I really need to back out. Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh, couldn't avoid all that, unfortunately.
Yeah, Nightingale came in and forced damage, so their HP is pretty split. This is gross.
It's okay though. Banshee is very hard to catch, like, especially when it's on the limited NTD. So... And the extend burst gives the extra stability. So I think he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Nightingale got caught by his partner spam.
Yeah, Nightingale really wants to start trying to push damage on Banshee.
Oh, nice Garrow explosion saving. Well, not saving, but
that
like,
thing is huge now. What the hell?
That's because he was in burst. I think he's in burst. I might have been super. It might have been super. I'm not sure.
I may have just never appreciated how big that thing is. Just kept rotating around, looked for the partner respawn on the radar, and found him.
Just keep moving in. This is actually quite interesting. Like, the opposing team is actually playing very defensively. They're not even moving in. I think they're going for it. The opposing team might be trying for a timeout because they don't think they can win. But I don't think that's going to work right now.
DX is going in. He won't let it.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going for the timeout now. They're like, fuck it. And Banshee's like, no, well, it's only 10 seconds left, so okay.
And DX just chases him into space and throws missiles. Appropriate. Alright, one more. Oh, in between matches, pro tip. If you always feel like respawns are too random, watch the radar whenever someone dies or your partner dies. You get a much longer heads up for where they're going to respawn if you look at the radar.
Yeah, you can see them on the radar well before you can target them.
Ever since I started doing that, almost... I can count on my hand how many times I feel like a respawn was just too bullshit for me to deal with.
Uh-oh, close range. But unfortunately, he doesn't have enough NTD to push hard enough for that landing. His partner picked up of it, though. But, like, I can say for a fact that, like, I think in that situation, I would have kept pushing, and then the enemy ZZ would have, like, kept stalling, and then my NTD mode would have run out, and then it would have been, like, me getting hit instead of the ZZ. So, good patience for me, I think.
Well, they also knew where the Sananju was in relation to their partner. Their partner was kind of moving back to the center.
Oh, I suppose there's one other thing I forgot to mention is that Banshee is like forced transformation into NTD when you get to low HP now. Has like, much like Pirate, has like longer invulnerability now, I think. So it's hard, like it's much.
It's huge.
Yeah, you can't really like OK it and then expect to like just get free damage on it like you used to be able to. With it boost,
it's basically a full boost dash, so like if you put a Garobi on top of it, you used to be able to like force damage on it occasionally because it's just too big for it to move before the invuln ends. But now you basically will always get out if you just choose to boost out of your transformation.
Peppering in there. We're low HP, so I have to be a little bit careful, but it's okay. It's okay because Banshee is so absurdly fucking fast. I really can't overstate how fast this thing is. Like in this mode, at this level of HP, it can be, it's bad, but at the same time, it's like you have power. You have power.
This should be a wrap. Nope.
Didn't quite get the planet landing punish, but it's okay. Okay, nice. The Sananju called out that really well.
Okay.
But,
well, that was the last one, so see you next time.
See ya.